What the heck? Honestly, I'm not even sure what I've created here. I've got three 18650 batteries powering the beast, a massive camera lens staring right at you, and this ultra-wide display that looks like it's from the future. I even added a custom handle on the side so you can carry it around easily. This is my new portable machine based on the Raspberry Pi 5. I tried my best to make it look slick and aesthetic, but man, DIY hardware is never easy, right? Since I wanted this to be a truly mobile rig, it's all battery powered. Now here's the tricky part. The Pi 5 is a power hungry little board, asking for at least 5V 5 amps, even though this battery pack is designed for 5 amps output. The Pi still gives me the low power warning, but it works anyway. And as you probably guessed from the beefy setup, it's packed the AI Head Plus 2. This means you can run some seriously cool local AI projects anywhere, anytime. It's amazing to see how powerful offline AI is becoming these days. To briefly explain what I'm running right now, first the left panel, the original feed. Instead of a default center crop, I first forced the sensor to 2028 by 1520 to capture the full FOV, then let the ISP downscale it to 640 by 480. We get the wide angle view without the CPU heavy lifting. The middle panel real-time segmentation. We are running YOLO 5 nanosec here. It overlays object masks with cocoa colors and confidence scores, smooth, snappy, and precise. Finally, the application view. It has a bird's-eye view, mapping objects onto a 2D plane with distance grids. As you can see, I pointed the camera at some cars moving on the street. It's doing a great job of detecting them in real time, estimating their distance and visualize them across all three panels simultaneously. Not bad for DIY portable rig, right? This is a manual lens, but here's the cool part. Once you dial in that focus perfectly, it's not just for looks. I have noticed that the object detection accuracy for things further away actually jumps up quite a bit. A sharp image makes life a whole lot easier for the AI to do its thing. Alright, let's talk about the build. My setup is actually pretty straightforward. First thing first, the stars of the show, the Raspberry Pi 5 and the AI Head Plus 2. Obviously without these two, we've got no project. Just a quick word on this AI Head Plus 2. It's an absolutely beast designed specifically for running LLMs and VLMs locally on the Pi 5. We are taking 8GB of dedicated RAM and the Hailo 10H chip pushing 40 TOPS for integer for inferencing. This is pretty cool. Now I ran into a tiny hardware hiccup. The AI head sits perfectly on the male pins, which means I couldn't stack anything else on top. So I had to get a bit creative and manually connect the 5V and ground using jumper wires to power the DSI monitor. Don't worry, I will cover this with electrical tape later. Safety first, mostly. It's hard to reach the pins after the AI head is attached, so I got the jumper wires ready beforehand. The back of this display already has M2.5 screw holes perfectly aligned for the Pi, so assembly was a breeze. Snap in the DSI flex cable and the hardware side of the display is done. Just a few lines added to your config.txt in the boot firmware, and you're good to go. Next up, the CSI flex cable for the camera. I'm using the Raspberry Pi HQ camera here. Make sure that a connector is facing toward the Ethernet port. And when we power it up, tada, the Debian 13 Trixie desktop. Compared to the previous OS version, you can see that the UI has changed slightly. I wanted to mount the camera directly onto the back of the display, so I printed this custom mount. It sits right on the remaining M2.5 screws, keeping everything nice and compact. But I have a problem. It's heavy. The HQ lens alone weighed 53 grams and the whole rig started feeling a bit chunky. So to make it actually portable without a gym membership, I printed these handheld grips for both sides. Now I can hold it steady with both hands. Finally, time to add the power source. This is a UPS module powered by three 18650 batteries. Now, technically you can monitor the battery status via I2C, but that would require the taking off the AI head and doing more jump wire surgery. So I decided to skip that for now. Minimalist approach, right? It comes with a 12.6 volt to amps charging adapter, and while there is a standard housing shell included, I didn't need it since I'm mounting it directly to the rig. Honestly, after a lot of searching, this was the best portable power option I could find for the Pi 5. You will probably be able to find a better solution. Install finished. Moment of truth. Hit the power button and we are live. Now, even though this pack is rated for 5 volt 5 amps, the Pi still throws a little low power warning on the screen. It's a bit of picky eater. But hey, the camera is rolling, the AI head is crunching numbers, and I haven't had a single crash, so I'm sticking with it. The balance is spot on. For this version, I'd say we've reached the peak. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure what my next move is with this rig, but the feeling of having this much AI power on Raspberry Pi is amazing. It opens up a whole new level for our hobbyist projects. Being able to run your own custom scripts on Pi while adding serious AI performance means we can build things that were impossible just a year ago. It's about taking our hobby to a much more professional level. I will keep playing around with this and see where it takes me. If you've got any ideas, drop them in the comments. This is all I have for today. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.